but there's a lot of good level 1 spells that you would be happy to see. Any of the AoEs, your quad X's, your nukes. Whereas at level 1 with the White Mage, you're kind of looking for Fade.
Yeah, even if Fast or Temper end up at level 1, then you're good to go.
The other thing of note with the White Mage versus Red Mage is that with these particular flag sets in the Swiss round, you tend to find the tail quite a lot, and so it could be a advantage in the Red Mage column since you're going to have that expanded spell list quite a bit.
It looks like we got life at level 1 white.
Also have Lit 3 on the cheap as well, so that's going to be able to be learned by all of xIcebleue's party.
Looks like xIceblue is actually going to Dan his Black Mage, maybe. He's put him in the front position.
Yeah, that makes sense. He usually likes to run the 3-person party.
Well, I mean, with that spell at level 1, the Black Mage is, unless Fast and Nuke show up at maybe 3 or 4, then I can see bringing the Black Mage back. Nice cheap cabins.
Yeah, always nice to be able to save outside of Temple of Fiends, and it looks like Falconic's going to do the same thing, do a little bit of imp leveling and fundraising before heading up.
Yeah, it's always a good idea, especially if you can get some cabins and you can get your encounter manipulation going early. It'll be a big advantage at the start.
Ooh. So Falconic was a little too far into the woods, and good rolls on those Scorches, though. If that got high rolled, that definitely could have taken out some of the mages.
Imps with Scorch. Ouch.
No, it's not Scorch that you're worried about. It's what's next on the list.
A little bit of gold there in the first chest.
And xIceblue takes an ambush, and he's just going to reset out and skip that gold.
Unrunnable spiders. I wonder what they have.
We won't get to find out this time. xIceblue does a nice amount of damage, and we're going to open a couple more chests.
Not much to offer in this first 3 chests, to be honest. Looks like Falconic has done his shopping and is now heading to Temple of Fiends himself.
Yeah, and he's a little bit off of the step cycle, so he's going to find this unrunnable Mad Pony fight, but it's definitely preferable to the Garimp Wolf and Gerwolf fight that xIceblue got.
And we got our first look at Garland. And our only look at Garland right now.
Yeah, first turn Lit 3, but not surprising that he goes down pretty quickly to that. Falconic also doing a nice amount of damage, the exact same number, I think, so.
And we have a cube and a bottle to start out.
So that's interesting. That means the required item's sitting in one of the chests in Dwarf Cave, and that's where xIceblue is headed right now.
Well, it looks like Falconic run into an ambush.
Yeah, gets scorched on the way through, and he's just trying to run out of here. And ooh, gets the fighter glared, but the mages survive, and that's kind of the big part.
And life at level 1's saving him there.
He's really got to hope the guys with Lit 3 survive, though. Otherwise, this is going to be a bit of a rough fight.
And we have the bridge.
Alright, this might come down to turn order here. And, oh, Garland has glance and squint. Nice, never saw it.
No way.
Fortunately, the items in Temple of Fiends are pretty much garbage. So
Creeps with Cremate wiping out xIceblue over there.
yeah, so this is a pretty ugly start, and not having money for save items is really punishing.
And Ice takes a wipe on his way. Now, I'm not sure if he saved after he got the... No, he didn't, so he's got to go all the way back for the bridge now.
Yeah, just didn't have the money for save items, and Falconic's going to pick up a bunch of cabins here.
Well, with this, with the way these enemies are showing their cards right away, you'd almost have to.
Yeah, that silver helmet is going to get cashed in for money for sure.
Looks like Falconic is now making his way to the Dwarf Cave when they're going to high-five each other on the way.
Yeah, it looks like he had that tent and just elected not to use it on the way out, and it definitely cost him some time.
No, I think Ice... Didn't Ice... Oh no, Falconic wiped the Garland. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Falconic's about to get his bridge. So now, would you check out Matoya's cave on the way, with the way this is going, or would you go straight for the pirates?
I think I would cash in the silver helmet at Canaria and then buy some cabins so I could check out Matoya's cave. The items that I have and the money that I have are so poor that I think taking a crack at another 3 chests is the right move.
Looks like xIce is going to buy some cabins himself here, so maybe he will make that play.
Yeah, you never know. If you get a big gold chest, or you find a katana, or an opal shield, opal gauntlet, there's a lot of stuff that you could find that would set you up for not only just Provoca, but for Elfland as well.
Yeah, it looks like Falconic's heading back. We'll see what he does. Because he's got a good bit of cash. It looks like he's going right away. I think he already bought cabins, though.
Yeah, he's got a decent stack of them from his first trip. And
looks like xIce is heading straight for Provoca. We got a little divergence here. Falconic is going to check out Matoya, while xIce is going straight to the pirates.
Alright, so if Volcano's going to try to run from these imps, I would have just reset out of this.
Yeah, because you definitely know with 5 of them, you're going to get scorched a couple of times.
Yeah, it's just those groups that have the large AoE attacks, it always feels bad. And I mean, you're going to get cremated, yeah. So he loses a little bit of time there.
If they could find a safe spot in this encounter table... And we get our first look at level 2 magic. We have Break. I love Break. Break strats are the best.
Yep, and there is about 7k worth of gold in Matoya's cave, so...
And that's gonna help because Life 2 is in the White Mage level 2 spell.
Another thing to consider is... Do you have enough magic to, or excuse me, enough save items to make it all the way to, say, Crescent Lake and Elfland if you get handed the floater here?
Well, I would think they checked the item shop and hoped there may be cheap tents kicking around somewhere.
Or excuse me, if you get the canoe and then the floaters in Crescent Lake. So yeah, that's an advantage for Falconic if tents prove to be pretty expensive.
And there's the canoe, so it looks like the floater is going to be down there somewhere. Oh, look at the cheap tents. You're all set. But xIce checks the armor shop first, which is a good play because his characters are kind of squishy at the moment.
3 chain armors, and that should hold them over at least through, I would say, about the Volcano.
Now, this is about the point where you get rid of the silver helmet, so you could get those items, I would say.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to pass that up. And I wonder if he's going to do a pop grind instead.
Well, he's got Nuke, so looks like that's where he's heading. Oh, I'm sorry, not Nuke, my bad. I don't know why you'd be doing a pop grind without Nuke or Fade, though. That would be kind of risky.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this play. I know xIceblue likes to pile up money before going down south to Elfland, but the problem with this is you tend to lose a lot of time if Floater is one of your incentive items that you find.
And those giants hitting like trucks.
Alright, gonna try his luck with the Zombos.
Probably should have used Harm 4 instead of Lightning 3, though.
Only problem is Lit 3 doesn't hit the Trolls, and Trolls can hit pretty damn hard.
This is gonna net him some nice levels, though.
And Falconic has taken on the Pirates, and he'll get his canoe soon.
So we'll see if he decides to grind or if he decides to go to Crescent Lake right away. I know me, I would have been heading for Crescent Lake as fast as possible. Hoping for a floater to open everything up.
So with two of these encounters, xIceblue is already at level 8, and he'll probably hit level 9 before he has to go recharge on his spells. Looks like the Zombles rolled pretty low on the HP side, so this is paying off for Ice.
So how high would you go, do you think, if this was you making this play?
I would never make this play, to be honest, but I think having committed to it, probably about 10, I think. Once you're at, I think it's from 6 to 10, you get quite a lot in the way of strong HP level ups, which will allow you to survive some of the nastier spells if you do see them.
Plus, we still haven't seen what's on the river yet, and we all know how dangerous the river can be.
Yeah, but if you have enough save items and tents are cheap, you never actually have to take a river encounter. And xIceblue getting the business from these giants here.
Ooh, a first strike on 4 Zombos, that's a good one. This should put him at level 10, so you think he might stop at this one.
Yeah, I think this is where you cash out. Now, Falconic is going to take a little bit of an exploration lead here, but he's at level 5 right now.
No, xIce is still going.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree with this.
The river's not looking friendly at the moment. I mean, if the floater is down here in Crescent Lake, this is going to be advantage Falconic. Because
Go ahead.
Because these last couple of times, xIce hasn't gotten any good fights, so that's wasting time right there.
Yeah, it takes a paralysis shot as well, so... I think things are like, this isn't a bad play for this particular seed because of how low the Zombo's health is, but there is always the potential that that particular group is not farmable, and if it is, it's just a big waste of time. The risk,
yes,
the risk is just too high.
Yeah, I've seen a few seeds where it gets to the point where it's 4 or 5 shots before you get a good one, so... Looks like Falconic is about to enter Crescent Lake, so we'll see what the sages have. And he's really not that far behind in levels, but he's only using 3 party members too.
Yeah, it looks like the White Mage is dead. Probably not on purpose.
No, he'll revive the White Mage out, yeah.
So, what is for sale in Crescent Lake? More cheap tents. Cheap pure potions, too.
I love pure potions because, man, I hate that poison sound.
Got the copper bracelet for cheap as well. He's gonna pass on that.
I think I would have bought the iron armor for my fighter, though. And warp at level 6, so... Don't know if X-Ice will ever see that.
That's definitely a good one to spot out early. So that kind of incentivizes Falconic to maybe do Ice Cave a little bit later than he normally would.
And we have the slab from the sages.
And he's going to do a little bit of grinding outside Crescent Lake, so the P group is really what he's looking for. This group isn't bad, but unfortunately it's not really what you're looking for when you have the experience boost, the flat rate experience boost low as it is in this seed.
Plus, I'm never a fan of scorpions and lobsters, because you know they're going to hit hard.
Yeah, looks like they have paralysis touch as well. He's gonna run into a troll. And those guys usually hit pretty hard, but the red mage survives, so another level for everybody, or just 4.
Looks like X-Ice has taken some battles on the river. It looks like he's really looking to level up quick. Maybe to save for endgame when he gets go mode, he doesn't have to worry about levels then. So you think he's going to pick Ice Cave or Volcano first?
I think if I was in Falconic's shoes, I would make a trip to Elfland to see what the level 3 and 4 magic is. Because if you find something like Nuke or Fade, that could potentially allow you to finish Volcano outright.
Looks like that's what both him and X-Ice are doing at the present moment.
The other thing to consider is you may have your progression item on sale in Elfland. You haven't seen that item shop yet, so it's still worth the check.
That is true.
Yeah, heal potions are 86, so they're not outrageous, but it still hurts early game. This has been
I've seen them cheaper, and I've seen them more expensive.
Yeah, it's just the combination with how much money you had in the early game is kind of where the pinch is coming in.
But then cheap tents are going to handle anything your heal potions would on the Outland anyway. So, and there's fast at level 3.
Yeah, Lit 2, not a bad pickup either, but probably for a red mage heavy party, you're going to want to check the white magic shop first.
Exit. No way.
Yeah, so Ice is going to be able to get exit, and did he just put that in the first slot? On both of his
I think he did. I learned, I did a practice seed, and I learned not to do that because I exited out of Tiamat's by mistake one time.
Yeah, that has gotten everybody that's played this game, I think.
Well, level 4 black doesn't have much to offer, but level 4 white didn't look too bad. That Invis 2 might be helpful.
Yeah, always nice to see Invis 2.
That's some cheap soft potions, man. 86 gold. Wow.
Yeah, maybe can we drink those instead of the heal potions instead?
Look at those cheap pro rings, too. Like, under 2 grand.
Yeah, so, that armor shop isn't too far away from the town entrance either, so probably, you can route that in, if you find Crown, pretty easily.
Yeah, no doubt, but I'd be tempted to at least buy one going into Ice Cave.
Oh yeah, I agree. Always feels better, having Pro Ring on somebody that has life, just in case.
Yeah, like I said, like if you got the money, it would have been a good pickup for one of his red mages for sure. Looks like both of them are heading back the river now. We'll see if there's another divergence or if they decide to go to the same spot.
Yeah, so Ice and Falconic kind of, basically neck and neck right now, but Ice with a level lead due to his pop grind.
Yeah, so X made up a good bit of time, even with the pop grind, so... Looks like the floater's going to be an ice cave, though. Would be something else if the floater was just in the chest, though. xIce is about to go get his slab. While Falconic stocks up on healing items. Now, would you do ice because it's incentivized, or would you maybe dig the first level of Volcano to see if you got some armor?
So with the spells and abilities that I have, it's not early nuke, so I can't really finish off Volcano. It doesn't feel like a good play to me. I would definitely go up to ice. But, you gotta stock up on heal potions, though. Ice Cave, those wraiths can hit pretty hard.
Because, I mean, Ice Cave, we've seen Ice Cave can be bad. Like, you can waste a good 25 to 30 minutes in there if you get a bad set of encounters.
Yeah, I think that's the case for all dungeons, though, and that's probably why Ice did the pop grind in the first place. He's at level 12 now, has, that's another strong level up for everybody in his party, and he probably feels pretty good about his health total.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, with Exit, he's only got to run the bottom floor once, right? With his levels, he's more than comfortable going to Ice, I'd say.
Yeah, it feels bad that he doesn't have Warp, but really the only place that Warp is going to save you any time right about now is Ordeals.
That and the Waterfall. That'd be the only place. But they got Exit, so Waterfall is... I never knew that if you took a wrong pillar, if you used Warp, it took you back.
Yeah, it's a really nice benefit. It also, it'll let you do some more efficient routing as well. You can hit the middle two pillars in Ordeals, the ones that are next to one another, and most of the time it's a little more efficient than doing that topmost pillar first.
Looks like the Wraiths have a stun touch, but they haven't shown much else yet. But I mean, with Life 2 at level 2, I mean, you're not really worried too much.
The thing that really concerns you is, are you going to run smack into something that has a powerful AoE attack? Without any ribbons, even groups with Frost or Cremate are pretty scary.
Marsh Cave is the best cave in the world, Future.
Yeah, ask any of the veteran runners what they think about Marsh Cave, and hey...
Sorcerers with some toxic.
Yeah, and didn't you mention that, how important that Pro Ring would be to pick up?
Yes, it would have been very important. It would have actually saved him in that situation, I believe.
Alright, Falconic with only one character that has Harm 4, so... It's a little bit of an advantage for xIceblue here, but he's getting... he's been given the business by these Wraiths, and...
He's getting some good lit 3 rolls, though. But I don't understand why you wouldn't use Harm 4, it's on the same level.
And,
so you think Falconic's going to pull off an eye grind?
So I think in Falconic's shoes, if the eye is grindable, just not an eye grind per se, but just dump whatever you have left out of your spell charges and then exit out.
It looks like the Spectres are unrunnable.
Yeah, so Falconic came in only with 30 heal potions. XIceblue came in only with 20, and I'm wondering if that's enough for this. Especially when images have lit too.
Yeah, I get pretty shaky when I'm under 30 heal potions going in pretty well anywhere. Unless you got a heal 2 or a heal 3 spell somewhere, but... I'm gonna guess it's the specters that allowed us to be non-runnable.
And so Falconic is going to check the mage chest and get the iron armor. So a little bit of an improvement over the chain armor, but probably not worth getting.
Now see, if I don't have warp, I normally skip these 2 chests.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat there, and
But that's going to bite me someday, I just know it.
Oh, high lit 2 roll on the red mage there. It's going to throw a lit 3 back, though. And
Pro ring find on X's side.
That's a good pickup for this cave in particular.
Yeah, exactly.
And
He's skipping that bottom chest, though.
I think he skipped the bottom 6 as well. Found a ribbon and a gold bracelet, though.
That ice cave is stacked right now. I will see how bad and big and bad the eye is.
Falconic is going to check the bottom 6, so...
And the eye's kind of beefy, so I don't know if he will. And we have a crown, folks.
Yeah, and Ice doesn't have any heal potions, so he's just going to leave.
So is this floater going to be key-locked somewhere?
It's possible, but it's also possible that it could be in one of the chests that were skipped, too. So we'll see if Falconic finds it.
If he finds it in here, in the chest that Xi skipped, oh boy. But with the crown and no floater, would you complete the crown's quest right away? Because you really don't have anywhere else to go.
So the problem is you also don't have the ship, so that takes quite a long time to do. So I think what I would do is kind of work the crown quest in with the Marsh Cave check too.
Could we finally see a Marsh Cave? No, I don't think bridge was, Fuchsia. I don't think they have the... Yeah, they have the bridge.
Yeah, the
bridge was in a box.
Yeah, so very likely that TNT and ship are in a box as well. And really, equipment-wise, you haven't seen enough... In my opinion, you haven't seen enough to feel comfortable fighting Carrie, either.
No, no. Well, but Xice has the levels, but he doesn't have the magic spells or the weapon, so what would you really do damage with?
So if you could land an Xfer, or hit on Confuse, that would be a way to deal with Carrie. But I don't think either of the runners picked up Confuse.
Yeah, even then that's a shot in the dark right there.
The other option is, I don't think Xfer was available either, but Xfer will let your lit 3s do a decent amount of damage.
Falconic picked up his ribbon. I'm sure he's happy to see that along with the pro ring.
Yeah, I'll be real happy to see the gold bracelet too.
That's gonna put his white mage in a good spot. Fires with Invis too. There and thunder. Ooh, baby.
Yeah,
bring in the rain.
That's real spicy there. And Falconic doesn't have much in the way of resources either. He's at level 12 right now, and he's probably going to exit out with his crown. Alright, so kind of a dangerous ice cave. Falconic makes it out after a wipe.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad ice cave though. I've seen a lot worse. And here we got an EXP fight going here on X's side. But now, if I was X, would you really take any more fights at this point in time?
This isn't a bad fight experience-wise. I can see why he would want to do this.
I mean, he's already level 13, and by the time he does Ordeals, the Waterfall, I mean, he's gonna be 18 or 19 going down if he decides to go down. Although Falconic is catching up in levels, he's actually level 12 now. Looks like xIce exited out of the volcano to use some tents to heal because he didn't buy any heal potions. It's a smart play though, because now he can just hit the armory right away because he got all the smaller chests.
So not having any heal potions for the dive all the way down the bottom, I wonder if he intends to actually finish this.
Without heal potions, I don't know if he intends to dive at all. Because, I mean, all the fire tiles on the way down,
Yeah,
you're just asking for it.
Yeah, he could just be checking the armory and then it will leave after that. But, I mean, Ship and TNT could very well end up there. So, I don't know. I feel like if you're going to go into the volcano, you really should have the intention of clearing it.
Well, I mean, he's got exit too, right? So, if he gets down there, as long as he's got someone with exit alive, he's okay. No, xIce skipped bottom 6, but I think Falconic got all the chests.
I think Volcanic skipped the Frostwolf chest.
I did not see that. Sorry. And Mazmun on xIce's side in the volcano. Now, would that maybe make you think he would take carry on?
That definitely changes things. You got fast, so that's gonna make short work of most of the Fiends.
So you think he might go all the way now, and maybe kill carry?
Well, the problem is he doesn't have the heal potions to do it, so he's got to go make another trip, whereas Falconic could do this all in one shot.
Yeah, once Falconic gets to the volcano and finds the Mazmun, he's going to be smiling.
Because I think Falconic's in the same boat, feeling kind of awkward, like, how am I going to finish this cave? The answer is right there.
Now, personally, when I go to Volcano, I like to try and finish it, because why make a second trip? I mean, I know it's only short if you go in, but if you can do it all at once, it's way better for your routing, right?
Yeah, and it's also, I mean, those minutes do add up here and there. You have the trip in, the trip out, and even if you do have a nice, efficient trip going to the volcano, that just means you don't have that while you're in a dungeon, so...
We have Volcanic now, dipping Volcano, so he's going to find his Mazmun in about 2 minutes, and then we'll see what he decides to do. Looks like he might be skipping a couple of chests, though.
So I think he's going to check the treasury first, because what he finds in the treasury may help him clear the rest of the dungeon. So
we already know it will.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer of a play, but if you find something like, just in general, like the Maznoon here or a black shirt, it's going to help you throughout the entire cave.
Yeah, but with an incentive item still sitting in a chest, you have to think he's going to want to check those other chests anyway.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Looks like Asp have Perilous Touch.
I mean, the other option, too, is you could check those out-of-the-way chests until after you finish.
Looks like xIce is going to destroy Astos here.
Yeah, and this is one of those fights that I like getting earlier rather than later, because if you can kill him when the experience is still relevant, it feels a lot better than when you're at level 20 and you have to do the crown chest.
I used to dread that guy in vanilla, because you know rubs his first spell, and you know someone's eating it.
Oh, that guy was an absolute jerk in vanilla, and anybody that's done a 4th Thief run knows just how much of a jerk he is.
Looks like Volcano's gonna go further in with the heal. Oh, that's a bad ambush. Yeah, he nopes out of that one.
Yeah, bad ambush, but good to have it right at the entrance where you can reset.
Looks like xIce is back in Corneria. Gonna buy a few more white spells, I guess. Oh, Fog too. That's not a bad pickup.
No, that'll he'll get some mileage out of that against the early Fiends.
Especially with Invis 2 being so far down the line, right? That'll help you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, even if in its own right, at 150%, Fog 2 is still a pretty solid spell. It's just when you end up with like the 200+%, the extra absorb feels a lot worse than stacking evasion.
Looks like Falconic is going down to the 4th floor of fire with lots of heal potions, so he's probably not worried. He probably likes his chance at carries now that he picked up the Mazmun.
Yeah, and not only that, he can pick up a few levels if he wants. I wouldn't recommend running up and down the Agama tiles. Oh no.
Could we have a ruby-locked floater?
Oh wow.
Falconic's gonna be thinking to himself, what did I get myself into? Who rolled this scene anyway?
It was me.
Oh boy, they're not gonna like you tomorrow.
Well, the thing is, Zar gave him the choice. Do you want me to roll it, or should Edgeworth roll it? And they asked for this.
And Grey Worms are unrunnable, so this means they're gonna have to watch those trap tiles, because you don't want to be taking extra encounters that waste time.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, you have a pretty good answer to those single encounter fights.
Yeah, the Mazmun is pretty much the answer to everything. Lots of money here. We still haven't seen the item that's at the shops, though, so that could be max gold, so they might be thinking about saving some money for that.
So far, Ruby the only big takeaway here, and Ice is just going to commit to doing this long crown quest here.
Yeah, he's doing this the long way, isn't he? Can't say I blame him. I mean, I don't think anybody wants to dip Marsh Cave if they don't have to.
No, but it's certainly something, along the way that, you would like to exhaust all of your other options first before doing that, which is kind of why I like Volcanic's routing a bit better. If you know that what you need is not in the basement of Volcano, then you feel pretty confident doing the Marsh play.
Yeah, and plus Falconic here is actually going to get an orb lit, so that is going to give him a bit of an advantage.
We'll see what the Agamas have today. Well, they have less than 282 health. That's what we know.
Pretty weak. I don't know. Maybe I might hit up a few if they're that weak with the Mazmun.
It really depends if Falconic feels like he needs a little bit more experience. I wouldn't mind taking one or two of these, but I wouldn't hang out here all day.
No, I'd get a couple of levels out of the deal, maybe get the 13, 14. Oh, no, he's just going.
Well, he knows that he's going to hit a couple more on the way through checking the Red Dragon chest. So
not
maybe
much
he feels
there.
like that's enough.
Not much there for xIce in the Elfland Castle. Looks like he is heading towards Swamp, or he's going to check the chest in Astos Castle. Gets ambushed by some...
Yeah, we got the wolf pack. It's going to eat a lightning 3, though. And Falconic is swinging pretty hard with that Mesmune there.
That's a heavy-handed shot right there.
So yeah, down goes the fun police, and xIceblue is going to check the Northwest Castle before committing to any sort of Marsh Cave shenanigans.
Now, Falconic hasn't healed his Black Mage yet. Do you think he's thinking about going 3-man?
So my thought is he doesn't really want to burn any more potions. Although now that he's going back upstairs, this is probably a grind.
I would think so. The only reason to go back up, he's going to hit some Agamas, because they were pretty wimpy. As I say, when they get first attack and pull out nuclear or something.
Well, so far it's just a 2 for 6, so...
Looks like xIce is noping at a swamp cave.
Well, he's got,
Oh, he's going to check the dwarves. He does have his key quest done, so...
Yeah, he's got dwarves and he's got Canaria. The only problem is it feels kind of bad having to walk all the way back. I guess the only way he gets punished by this is if ship is not in one of those chests that he's going to
White clothes and sun. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's never a bad idea to crack open the crown chest if you feel like you're low on good equipment. But it does feel bad when you don't have the ship or the airship.
Looks like you are correct. He is heading towards Canaria. Do you think he'll check TOFR as well?
Yeah, he's in the neighborhood, and in fact, I don't know, if I was in xIceblue shoes, I might drop a save right there where he's at the split and check TOFR first.
Yeah, and then if there's nothing there, you can just nope out and head down south. Then you're not wasting much time.
So Life 2 is at level 2, correct?
Correct. See what's in after he makes work of these gargoyles. Now at level 16, I think I'd get out of there. Because I think you're pretty safe with the Mesmo and with Carry at that level.
Yeah, the other thing is, too, is that you want a class change at some point, so that you can get some charges of Life 2, because you never pass up Life 2 on a night. Life or Life 2 or Cure 4, those are the gold standard of spells on the night.
Well, it looks like we got a pro cape there out of that place. Yeah, I know in my race against Miat the last time, having Life 2 on the fighter just completely saved me.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times when you take a high roll nuke to the face, that's really the only thing that can get you out of it.
Looks like xIce is going to check Canaria chest now. He must be hoping for that floater in the chest. If he finds it, you gotta give him the upper hand. Then we have Falconic trying to poison smoke Carry, but it fails miserably.
We got a power gauntlet, but
Power Bonk will help.
yeah, a lot of good stuff. But again, if Ice would have routed Marsh in on the way,
Falconic just diced Carry up and served her for dinner.
yeah, so able to clear out Volcano, which is pretty good. Now we'll see how he decides to do the crown chest and in what order.
Now they've both cleared Ice Cave, they've both cleared Volcano, and there's still no floater. What'd you think about Marsh?
So on the swing back to Elfland, I would probably check Elfland Castle, then do Northwest Castle. Maybe I'd go as far as Dwarf Cave. Probably not. I think you just have to check Marsh on the way, because doing this long walk back just feels that much worse. And for Ice, it's an even longer walk because it looks like he's going to do Volcano now.
Yeah, he's going into Elfland and getting in. It looks like he is heading that way. That is an awful long walk he just put in.
Yeah, and Ice is not going to find what he's looking for in Volcano, unless the ruby is required. But what he is that is going to give Falconic a chance to sneak into the lead if he decides to dip Marsh early.
Now, Fuchsia, I'm I'm a risk taker, so I probably right now with xIceblue, I probably would have dipped Marsh before heading to the volcano because I was already there. I would have checked the top floor and hoped for the best. You got exit, so it's not a bad play, I don't think. What do you think, Edge?
So it depends whether you think taking the straight up free chests is the right move or efficiently routing it is the right move. There's argument. I can see arguments for both. Because most of the time, there's more chests in the crown chest quest than there are inside Marsh. So it's more likely that you're going to find it. But at the same time, the penalty for not finding it in the crown chest is pretty hefty because you have to do the long walk all the way back. And in xIceblue's case, it's even heftier because he has to do the long walk back to the volcano.
Yeah. I think, honestly, if this was me and I was in xPlay's shoes, I would have dove Marsh on the way back. I would have taken that chance. Now, it could be just me and I could get flamed for it, but I think I would have taken the chance.
I mean, so for xIceblue's routing, it would have made sense. You hit Marsh. If it's not there, you check basement of Volcano. If it's not there, you're in the neighborhood of Ice Cave to check the chests that everyone skipped.
Wouldn't that be something if that's where the floaters sit? Better strap in, folks. We could be here for a while. And while you're at it, make sure you give your runners a follow, as well as my co-commentator Edge and our restreamer, and as well as our tracker Ali. They're all doing very hard work, and they do deserve a follow.
Alright, enjoy your Ruby. In the meantime, Falconic is going to go punch Astos in the face.
Let's see what he does with the Masmo in there. I'd fast just for the fun of it, I think. See what kind of maximum damage you can get out of it. Here we have xIce clearing out the volcano now, which we know will not lead to much, but he will get his first orb lit, I would imagine. I would agree with you, Fuchsia, but I am a risk taker. And I would think against the competition here, that isn't how stiff this competition is, I think taking a risk is not a bad idea. If it costs you the game, well, hey, you took a risk.
Yeah, now from Falconic's perspective, I don't like this because there are 3 chests that are locked in the basement of Marsh with the key.
Exactly.
So he's going to have to double dip Marsh if he doesn't find it.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Edge. I will never dive Marsh without the Mystic Key. There's just no sense to it.
Fuchsia asks in chat, is he doing Marsh before turning in the herb? He hasn't even turned the crystal in yet.
Yeah, but it's a long walk back to the crystal, so he might be hoping, if he finds the floater here, then he can save himself a lot of time with the key quest.
I guess the only way this works out is if he finds the ship, because that will save him a decent amount of time, too.
They don't have ship yet, Klein, so they kind of can't go where the ruby is. So he's kind of stuck with Marsh.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the reasoning in chat right now. I would err on the side of efficient routing, but the point being made is valid as well. You are more likely to find the chests and
Well, the top floor of Marsh didn't prove anything good, so he pieced out, and now he's going to go down below.
Yep, so 6 chests, and then 3 that are crown locked.
And it looks like xIce is going to take out this red dragon here. Hopefully. Oh, no, here we go. Silver Cheerio. Not much to write home about. But But I mean, at Volcano's levels, the Swamp Cave, the Marsh Cave, isn't really going to be trouble unless he really hits something bad.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what you can find. The Marsh Cave, fortunately, is not as bad as it used to be because of the the ambush rate shuffle. You could always find something that has Blizzard, Thunder, or Blaze and just get,
Get wrecked.
nasty surprise, yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, if Volcanic does find a floater in Marsh Cave, that is going to be a huge advantage for him. Because I don't think X is going to go to the Marsh Cave till the very end.
Yeah, I think that would be advantage for Falconic. And I think, might be advantage for Ice if it turns out to be one of the chests that were skipped in Ice Cave.
Fuchsia, that is a very good way to route things, and it would probably work for you.
Yeah, Go ahead.
I don't really, I don't know the Link chest too well in Marsh, because I don't go there unless I absolutely have to. I don't even think I know what, on this floor here that Falconic's on, I don't even know what rooms hold chests, to be quite honest.
So I think he's open 2 chests right now. That leaves him 4 more to go.
And Link just gave Carrie a shot to the teeth. He's trying to bane Carrie, which isn't a bad idea, but it's pretty hard to hit. But Link shoves that sword directly up her you-know-what, and it's game over.
Yeah, so xIceblue on the board with his first orb lit, and
looks like Falconic scoring a big 0 here in Marsh. So, I mean, on Falconic's side, if the floater's not in Marsh, what have you got to be thinking? Is it in the ice cave where you didn't pick up the chest?
yeah, it's entirely possible that it's in the Ice Cave in one of those chests that you skipped, or it's in...
Because he haven't done his key quest yet, so he could be figuring it's in one of the key quest chests.
Yeah, it could be... Yeah, so there's the 6th, and he's out of options here. So yeah, this is... It could be very well be locked.
So, let's put it this way. You're 51 minutes in, and you don't have a floater. What is on your mind right now?
So, I mean, my assumption is that this is a ship TNT seed, and that I'm just going to commit to full clearing. The thing is, though, you've seen enough of the incentive items already to kind of know that that's the case. So, I think, if you don't have that early floater access, it's very hard to justify leaving chests alone in Ice Cave. And it looks like Ice is going to go back for those chests that he missed.
Yeah, it looks like he is heading back. It looks like Falconic's going to hopefully do his key quest, maybe? Where that's what I would think he's going to do next. Well, floater's got to be Saria. It can't be Waterfall or Ordeal. Well, it could be Ordeals, because if they find a ship and they do have the canoe. I know that tripped me up in my second week match. I didn't even know you could get the Ordeals with just a ship and the canoe. I forgot all about it. And that's where the floater was.
Yeah, with ship and canoe, you can get into Waterfall as well.
Really?
Yeah, with the open progression changes that have been added, there's a dock to the south of Anorak.
Well,
so you have the Anorak item shop, the caravan spot, and Waterfall as well.
Really? That's stuff I didn't know. That's good stuff to know for me.
Yeah. It's, oh god.
Those sorcerers, Glance, Endstone. Whoo! Baby doll.
Yeah, that ribbon paying off, though.
Yeah, that ribbon was a nice pickup. Falconic looks like it's, just, got the, herb there. The dankest of herbs. But now he's got a long walk to get back to Elfland. Meanwhile, we know X-Ice is going to chests that don't have the floater, but he doesn't know that. Without a ship or a floater, you gotta be thinking to yourself 53 minutes in, ooh, what's going on here? Looks like Falconic is heading back along the river. I wonder if he's going back to check ice, the ones he skipped. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Alright, so what are the Frost Dragons hiding? We're about to find out. Oh god, they're hiding damage poison. Yikes. There's TNT. And a Dragon Sword. So Falconic's gonna go back to ice as well, and eat. God, damage poison is pretty scary. And it's looking like both of them could be here, but imagine if TNT was here, but ship is locked at the bottom of Marsh Cave. And is Ice going to be able to get out of this? That is normally a Group 8 that he just ran into, and double damage poison. If he didn't have that ribbon, he'd be in serious trouble.
And I am back. Did I miss anything good?
Frost Dragons have damage poison, and the TNT was hidden back there along with the Dragon Sword.
Ooh. Still no ship, though.
Yeah, and Ice's decision to skip about 8 chests or so is probably what led him to come here immediately after Volcano. I think if it was just 1 or 2, he might have done a Marsh dive first. So the Frostwolf chest is really the only unknown we have left in the Ice Cave, so we'll see if he can pull a ship out of his hat here.
They have the crown already, Allie, but now we're just hoping for a ship. And there it is. I'm sure xIce is probably not face-bombing like his desk right now.
Yeah, but big advantage for Ice in that he skips Marsh, and we know nothing was in there.
Yeah, for sure. But, I mean, once Falconix finds his ship, you gotta think he's not gonna dive Marsh.
No, absolutely not.
They're going to Ordeals to get their floater, because that's the only option they have, besides the waterfall, I guess.
No, the big advantage for xIceblue as well is just item-wise. He has a lot of nice things that he pulled out of the crown chests, whereas Falconic hasn't done that yet.
No, this is true.
So he could choose to not invest the time and pull even with xIceblue, but he's also losing out on Power Glove, and there are a couple other nice things that were in there. White Shirt, I believe.
Plus, he's still looking for that incentivized item in the box, so he might decide to clear. But I would think xIce is going to head to Ordeals post-haste, maybe?
So I think with the way the items laid out, ship was in a box, TNT was in a box, bridge was in a box. You found Ruby already, and Adamant never shows up in one of the incentive locations. So the only thing left is all of the required items and the tail. So floater has to be either Caravan Spot, On-Rack, Waterfall, or Ordeals.
I would hit Ordeals up first. But we'll see how they go. I do believe the red mage was forced in this one. They're D. Bramazy. So we'll see where xIce decides to go after he turns in his TNT to the explosive happy dwarf.
Question in chat, do they get to pick their party or is that random too? One of the party members is forced. Today that's the red mage. The other 3 are open for selection.
xIce is going to let the happy little dwarf blow up something, while Falconic is about to get his ship and probably facepalm his desk.
And xIceblue learns a valuable lesson about the tragedy of poor fireworks safety.
And this is why I do not skip chess in Ice Cave.
The only way that you can justifiably skip these chests is if you know, absolute sure that the ship and the TNT are not going to be required.
Yeah, I would think if you absolutely know that there's no incentivized item in that box, that you would go for it. Ooh, you can't learn nuke on the red mages yet.
And so he's just going to settle for Fire 3 in the meantime.
This would be something if the fucking tails and ordeals.
Yeah, not a surprise. Tail could be in Ordeals. But right now, like I said, there's 4 spots for Ice to check, and the most efficient way for him to do that is to probably sail down to Ordeals, check there, and then go swing over to the on-rack area.
And now Falconic takes his TNT and ship and gets out of dodge.
Yeah, although good point raised in chat that with the Ruby in tow, Sarda could also have the floater. But since you have to do these locations anyway, I don't mind gambling on Ordeals.
Ali, I would think that both these runners are thinking, okay, the other guy's got to be ahead right now. Well, we'll see how xIce handles these pillars. See if he makes it through easy enough or if he gets trolled.
Well, at this point, logically speaking, the floater could be anywhere. It all depends on whether you feel like you have to follow the logic or not.
That Mazmun is hitting for a ton at the moment.
Yeah, the only problem is this is not a great unrunnable encounter, and he's going to burn 3 or 4 lit 3 charges going through this. These guys have ridiculous resists and magic defense, so...
And xIce is already hitting level 18, so you gotta think that, he's pretty well ready to go down if it comes to it.
Yeah.
Ouch. All the way back to the start.
Rip. And he's just going to reset to get some of those lit 3 charges back. And this is why you really like to have warp for this dungeon.
No, Peppa, Ice didn't. Neither of them done Sarda yet. Neither of them taken the ruby to the type. Looks like xIce is deciding to look at disincentivized area first. We'll see what Falconic does, though. Falconic might choose to go to Sardia.
Yeah, and it looks like with the Mancats being a pretty common encounter.
Yeah, they're unrunnable.
Yeah.
That could be trouble.
Yeah, putting this off until later seems to be the right move. So we'll see if Falconic, unknowingly makes the right decision. Of course, if Floater is here, then that changes everything. But we'll see. It's another 4 lit 3s.
Falconic's going to get his canal, and we'll see what he does from there. But he left his ship behind, so he's got a ways to go to get back to his ship, too.
So the interesting thing about...
I never understood how that ship works if it's in a box, like where it shows up. I know someone said it's like the inner ports, but if you would explain for the people that don't know, like me, even though I run this game.
So the problem is, as of this version, it shows up in an inner port that's kind of closest to you. So for Ice Cave, I believe that's why it showed up in the Elfland port.
Now, I thought it couldn't show up in Elfland because Elfland is an outside port, though.
Well, I mean, the Elfland has an inner port as well.
Oh, you're right. You are correct. That's right. My fault.
Now, for the newer versions that are coming down the pipe for the alpha, the developers made the decision to always spawn the ship in Canaria, which I think is the best move. Because that eliminates a lot of variance, and because you started Canaria, you know you always have access there. Alright, so Fuchsia says Ice Cave is Provoca, Gurgle is Elfland, yeah. So, yeah, other than memorizing it, there really isn't, like, a really easy rule. But
xIce is going through a lot of his charges on these man-gads, though.
yeah, and the problem is if he runs into another man-cat encounter... Hey, there's the rod.
So it looks like he's going. The floater could be at Saria at this point in time.
Yeah, so right now Volcanic is doing the old follow the logic, and we'll see if he pays off. If it pays off here. If not, then xIceblue is certainly going to find it in the next locations that he's going to.
Yeah, you think xIce is going to hit the waterfall?
Well, if it's not the waterfall, it's probably one of the purchasable items in Caravan or Onrak.
That's true, because
So-
we haven't seen the purchasable item yet. Purchasable. I'm Canadian. It's hard to talk sometimes.
No worries.
Plus, I'm about 7, 8, 9 beers in, so
Nice. What are you drinking tonight?
I am having some Corona.
Not too bad. Good summer beer.
Quaizuku's with cremate and dark.
Yeah, so Max, at this point, XIceblue's really not super worried. He's got ice armor and he's got ribbons, but that's just the rest
Dazzle,
of wasting your time.
And it's a little known point, but the Quaizukus are actually weak to ice, not lightning, even though they're on the water.
Yeah, a bunch of fair weather pirates. And yeah, there's your dock right there, so...
Did not know that
Volcanic finds
existed.
a floater!
Oh, no way! Game changer!
So right now, XIceblue is going to know that Ruby is required once he finishes off here.
Shadows with frost, and they first strike a lot.
Yeah, loot's in Onrak, so that is definitely a pickup for ice. And yeah, this opens up a lot of time savings for Volcanic right now.
Yeah, this gives Volcanic a big advantage at the moment.
So it's just how efficient can Volcanic route the rest of the game from here on out. He has the opportunity to take a little bit of a lead here.
No, Fuchsia, actually, the Quaizukus are weak to ice. I found it weird too because the waters in the Sea Shrine are also weak to ice. No, I'm drinking Corona Classic. Well, it looks like xIce is heading to Waterfall. Once he gets the item in Waterfall, he's gonna know where the floater is at.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of time now. How much, basically how long that sail is going to take is the amount of time that XIceblue is yielding to Volcanic right now. And Volcanic doing some nice open water navigation to make it to the floater spot, and he's off to the races right now.
Yeah, he is going to be checking his incentivized locations next and gone. And xIce has a good ways to go back after this waterfall too, once he finds out it's not there. Falconic is stopping to translate the slab, I would say. Yep, there he goes.
Yep. And I think we've seen the gold bracelets and the pro rings already, so the only thing he really is missing out on is what's available magic-wise, and I don't think he peeked into the shop there.
No, I don't know if he did or not, to be honest. Looks like X-Ice is no out of bounds bat, boo, and a tail.
Yeah, and he meets the robot in the doorway and elects to move in for these 6 chests here. And Falconic is now going to have the opportunity to finish out this crown chest quest. And
but honestly, now that you found the floater, is checking this the most efficient route at the moment? Wouldn't you think you'd go to your incentivized locations now?
Well, the thing is, do you feel comfortable with the equipment that you have right now? And I mean, I've got a ribbon, I've got a Masmune, and I have somebody that I have fast, and I have somebody that can cast wall. I feel pretty good. But if I'm gonna check some extra chests, the crown chests are not a bad bet.
Oh, I'm sure Ice is on his way to Saria right now. And a pro ring and a mage staff, so mage staff's not a bad pickup.
Yeah, not too bad. You can get some mileage out of it.
Especially with like Nuke being so far down and not having many charges, that is going to help in the Earth Cave for sure.
Yeah, and also just handing it to the white mage, who just doesn't have any attack spells right now.
Yeah, the white mage basically has nothing to do. Looks like X-Ice is sailing towards Saria at the moment. Yeah, I believe the Sun Sword and something else was in the Dwarf Cave. Yep, X-Ice is on his way to Saria, so he knows where his floater is at now. Shadows with Frost, too. Wow.
Alright, there's the power gauntlet. So now he's going to save a little bit of time by probably not checking the Temple of Fiends chest.
Now, would you feel safe going down with one ribbon, or would you dip mermaids, maybe?
So with one ribbon, I feel pretty safe, but what I would do is probably check all of the chests that are reasonably free on the way through. So, like, the best example would be the 3 chests on the way down to Kraken in the room with the Gershark Wiz Sag tile. Because you can get those 3 chests by adding 6 steps to your route, and it's just pretty efficient to do that.
Yeah, just like Sky Cave. I mean, dip in the if you got exit, you can dip the first floor, exit out, and go. I mean, it's not a bad play.
Yeah, especially the first floor Mirage is a really great play if you have the ability to. And it looks like Falconic's going to keep cracking open some more chests, so playing it a little safe here. Finds the Bane Sword.
I think he's looking for that second ribbon right now.
Oh yeah,
or
absolutely.
the dragon armor or something for the fighter.
The big thing is if you have a nice run at the front of the encounter table, checking the first floor of Mirage is really easy because you can check it in 2 phases and just straight up not get an encounter.
Right now, I'm gonna say Falconic has a slight edge due to the fact that he has the airship.
Yeah, xIceblue has covered quite a bit of ground. I mean, he's done Ordeals already. And Falconic is probably going to end up walking into that teleporter that warps him straight back to the entrance. And I don't think he has warp. He's bought that yet, so.
Good bit of money there for Falconic. We still haven't seen the buyable item yet, have we? Falconic's checking out the Oasis. Oh, thank you, Max. I must have missed that. And Len and Allie. Thank you very much. That's what 9 beer will do to a person.
So, Falconic is making a run on Waterfall right now. Which is interesting because he hasn't cashed the bottle in yet, so this is a little inefficient on his part.
Yeah, and he's going into the town. He finds his loot. He's not thinking, no, he's going to check the magic now.
Yeah, and I think if he proceeds onward, we'll know if he's...
Level 7 Fade. Ouch. They'll be getting no use out of that.
Alright, enjoy your one cast of Fade.
Save it for a rainy day. And there's the vampire. And there goes the vampire. Frostgator encounter. This is good experience.
Yeah, as far as like your river trash mobs go, the Nacho and the Frostgator those are probably the 2 best ones that you can find. But again, like every overworld encounter, they're entirely optional. But if you're a little behind on experience, they're good ones to take. As things stand, though, Falconic and xIceblue are around, what, 18, 19, and they haven't done Sky and Sea yet, so
yeah,
they're pretty good.
I think xIce has a slight lead, but not much. Falconic has really caught up in the levels. And werewolves with Stinger. In vanilla, they just poison you by attack.
Yeah, now in Randomizer, they just waste your time, and the Giants will throw Lit 2 over the top as well.
And Cremate from the werewolves, well, there you go. That fighter's taking a hefty pounding. And slow. Holy lord.
This encounter is designed to waste your time.
Falconic is battling some mummies here.
And, let's see, he's going to throw the Fire 3 out. I didn't see if he queued up a Harm 4. But, yeah, it looks like an attack from the fighter. Yeah, it's going to wrap things up here.
Oh, and down goes the fighter on X's side.
Yeah,
but with
life...
Yeah, with life 2 so cheap, I mean, it's better than wasting your healing potions. You hope he dies. Not even healing for a Lich. If Lich pulls out Nuke, woo!
Well, there's Thunder.
Just as good.
But, Fasted Mazmune shot, sorry. He's not going to survive that most of the time.
Yeah, Lich could have had nuclear and wasn't going to survive.
Alright, so Ice, with the rod in tow, knocks out Earth on the way by, and that's a nice piece of efficient routing from him. It's going to help him gain a little bit of time on Falconic, who just elected to leave because he did not have the rod. And good step onto the ship as well, in and out. Although with the dock tiles, he didn't really need to. But it's good for future reference that doesn't increment the step counter.
Now you think Fal's going to class change right away, since he does have the airship and he is in the neighborhood?
So that's why I like the idea of putting off the Cardia Islands check until you have the tail, because then you can do that all in one shot as well. And normally, like in the grand scheme of things, when you're talking about like a 140, 150 type race with multiple NPC shuffle, those little efficiencies can get lost in the overall execution. But for Swiss flags, yeah, the routing is real important. And right now, the two biggest problems that I see with Falconic is, if he does decide to class change, he's going to go back to Cardia again. And
right now, the way it's looking, I mean, xIce just picked up his airship, but with his routing, he is almost on par with Falconic right now.
Yeah, well, not only is he on par with Falconic, but he's got a 1 orb lead, and he's done Ordeals.
So even though xIce did get the airship later, he is actually ahead.
So Ice is going to get his Oxiel, and he can do... he's going to take one step and run into some wings. But yeah,
go for some wings.
But yeah, Falconic had the option to sort of not do the same double dip that xIceblue did. And he could have saved some time that way, but not going to be. And now he's got to take another double dip and go to Cardia again.
Yeah, in a match like this, routing makes all the difference. I mean, I need some practice at my routing, don't get me wrong, but...
And I think it's just one of those things that you'll get the more practice that you do. I mean, as you run more and more seeds, you'll see kind of the combinations that you get, and you'll think of like, oh, I could have gone here first and then done that, and it would have been more efficient. And it'll come with practice.
And xIce is about to get his charm.
Yep, no Lupas today. Just hand it over, buddy.
His charm. He's gonna get his bling now. His bling.
I mean, he had to use his charm to get the chime, right?
Yeah, he nopes out of that lit 2 encounter.
Yeah, at this point,
xIce is good for levels.
Yeah. Especially because you expect to run into some unrunnables either in Sky or in Sea.
I'd almost say xIce is in go mode right now.
So he has been in go mode ever since he found the ship per se. It's kind of a different style of go mode because you don't actually have all the items in your possession, but you know where they are.
Looks like Falconic is heading into the Sea Shrine.
I know in Link to the Past that they've called it no mode before, but that's once you open up that ship in TNT, then you know that everything else at incentive locations is progression.
A Zeus Gauntlet pick up for Falconic and a chest kind of out of the way. That probably most people don't pick up.
Yeah, that's one I usually skip. It's not too bad to get, though. Having a source of lit magic on the fighter is always nice. Although I don't know where that automatically sorted.
Sea Troll is a little scorched, but that doesn't do too much.
Yeah, and again, some more efficient routing from Ice. He's going to check the Cardia chests, but he also has the tail in hand, so he's going to save a little bit more time here.
Well, I am out of beer. This is not good.
Got anything else?
I do not. I gotta work tomorrow, too. I probably shouldn't have drank what I drank. Looks like xIce is gonna do his class change, so... We still really haven't seen any big ticket armor though, like the Aegis shield, the dragon armor, anything like that though.
Well, in one of the free chests, we spotted the ribbon, so Volcano kind of mulling over his options for what he's going to do, and he's going to move that pro ring down.
Makes you wonder, would you check chests for that dragon armor and Aegis shield?
So I think you check the chests along the way, because there's still enough stuff outstanding that would help you out. So, for example, nobody's found the defense sword yet, and when you combine the defense sword and the power glove along with a knight that knows life, you feel pretty confident of going into Temple of Fiends.
They haven't found one of the top four swords in the game, Vorpal being questionable, of course.
I mean, Vorpal's one of those swords that it's you can complete the game with it, but it's not your first choice. A lot of times the value of it comes with the fact that if you can't buff the fighter, so for example, you have, say, the Xcal, and you can't buff the person holding Xcal. The Xcal doesn't feel real good a lot of times versus Chaos or versus Tiamat 2. But if you have temper charges, or you have Power Glove, then those other swords, you definitely get more mileage out of them.
Looks like xIce is now going to dip to Sky Castle, and he doesn't make us steak tonight.
Nope. He's going to turn down some steak, which is probably good given his levels.
Some steak and wings.
And he's going to crack open these chests as well, so...
he's going to be looking for another rib.
And Braxstrats versus Kraken, not quite landing there.
Love me some Braxstrats.
And, oh, that's a pretty light hit from Kraken, so he should be in pretty good shape.
Quake Kraken? I don't know if that'll work.
He's trying to Brak Kraken right now, and that... I've seen it happen enough times where I don't mind the strategy so much.
Kraken gives the red mage a good little slap in the teeth, though. 215. I mean, I had a run where I broke Kraken 1 and Tiamat 2 on the first shot of break both times.
And I mean, if you have multiple mages that know how to do it, then it's definitely worth it. I definitely feel like it's the Hail Mary play if you've only got one person going, but...
And Falconic lit his second orb, so now they both have 2 orbs lit.
Yeah, so right now, Falconic, having to do Earth is... that's a little bit more time-consuming of a dungeon and go mode, but he has 2 ribbons, so... Really depends, how this is going to shake out depends on how many chests xIceblue is going to check from here on out.
I mean, with 2 ribbons, you gotta be safe to go. This blue dragon doesn't look like it had much to offer. Yes, Ali, that's a good point. I do believe Falconic is behind at this point in time. At least I would put him behind, because he still hasn't done Ordeals.
Yeah, he also is turning in this chime as well, so...
So even though xIce did get the airship a little later, his efficient routing has given him the lead. Now he's got the power gauntlet on a dead character at this moment. That's kind of a weird play. Alright, folks, so get out your Warmech prayers, your chimes, your rabbit feet, whatever you use.
He's gonna crack open all the chests on this floor, it looks like.
I don't think that's a bad play, because, I mean, he is looking for that second ribbon.
Yeah, I think the 4 on the way is probably the way to go here. So Falconic is going to route Ordeals in along with this check, so seems like a pretty good play. We'll see. Oh, he's going to meme it up a little bit. So if he loses by 6 seconds, you know why.
I got a good surprise set up for my next Chaos skill. In my next race this week, if I make it that far. I think you guys will like it.
Ooh, Guard Sentry is unrunnable, so this is a fight that you like to take if you need experience, but this is going to eat some time.
Yeah, because they show up a lot in this floor, too.
And not just this floor, the next floor as well.
Oh, Hydra's a bit lit, too, but he let his Red Mage die for the quick Life 2 heal, which is a good play.
And looks like he's going to skip the 4 up top. So he just went for the big massive chests here.
Didn't come out with much, so he's going to head for Tiamat now.
Alright, so...
Ooh, Medusas are unrunnable. That's not good.
Yeah, but he's got double nuke now, so he can clear out this encounter a lot quicker.
Volcanic is heading into Ordeals, so we'll see how he does the pillars.
And I don't know if Falconic picked up nuke, so that is definitely a concern.
I honestly didn't see either. If anybody in chat knows if he picked up nuke or not, they could let us know. Man, I remember I made a seed, and by mistake I mixed up these teleporters on the 4th floor. Oh, what a racket. Okay, folks, it's Warmex time. Or War-Wrecked, as people like to say.
And, well, this answers one of the questions I've always had. I always wondered why you could run away from air, and now you can't.
You know, I realized that too, because in vanilla, they're the only elemental you can run from.
Seems like it would be the hardest to get away from, because, I mean, air is all around us.
And they are weak to ice, not lightning.
Question in chat, 91 minutes in and only 2 orbs. What did you miss? You missed a ship TNT Ruby required seed.
You missed them not having an airship till about an hour 10, an hour 15 in. And yes, Falconic has made a few questionable routing decisions. But remember, folks, this is a one wipe and TOF are away from being even. With unrunnable airs on this floor, this could make for a long trek. Falcona killing a Saria. So get your votes in for the mascot of this tournament, I believe, Mitch. Have I lost you, Edge, or have I lost communication?
Oh no, it was me. Yep, I hear you now.
What is... The Sardias, they're voting on the mascot for this, right?
Yeah, I think it's Sarias, Agamas, or Iguanas.
Trying to poison smoke Tiamat.
See
Now,
if
I
we
think-
can figure
I
out
think
what
I'd
the
use-
commands are.
I think I'd use policy. I don't know either.
So Ice is memeing it up here.
Sar, if you're in chat, you mind giving us a little hand? Will, you have no power, just so you know.
And
Eh.
down goes Tiamat.
So now xIce has 3 orbs lit. Now he is on to the water cave, I would imagine. For the people in chat, has the other match ended yet?
Which other match?
Wasn't there another match going on during when we started this one?
There are 2 that are currently ongoing. It's Rainbow Poogle versus Joker MB, and High Spirits and Tilo Tilo, I think, just finished.
I gotta say, I gotta give props to Joker. We had a good second round, but he ran into some power issues. That's probably the only reason I won. xIce is now in Shrine, and Volcanic is diving Earth. So you would think at level 22, xIce is satisfied with what levels he has.
Well, he gets an extra hit on the Masmian with 24, so if he picks up a couple more, it wouldn't be too bad. Obviously, 2 ghosts, not a real efficient use of your time, though.
People in chat, the Hangry Canuck is sad because he is out of beer.
Should make the race have to include the giant step walk and Earth Cave. It's funny that you mentioned that because there is a option in the latest alpha release of the Final Fantasy Randomizer that shuffles the encounters in those tiles. So they may not be the giant steps anymore. They may be the Agama steps or the Blue D steps.
Oh, xIce found a second ribbon in the shrine.
Yeah,
So
it gets the freebie and just books it to the end. So he feels like he's got everything he needs.
So Volcanic, if he decides to grab those chests, will have 3 ribbons going down.
I think Volcanic already finished up C, so...
oh, did he? Oh,
yeah,
my
he's
bad.
got Sky and Earth to go.
See, kids, do not drink beer. Drink whiskey. It's better for you.
I mean, it's medicinal, right?
And xIce has got ambushed by lobsters, which is never a good thing, because they always hit like trucks, no matter what.
Yeah, gets, ooh, nabs that 1 red mage. So Life 2 is going to take care of that, but it feels a little bad.
Kuchari, I am not drunk. I am slightly buzzing right now. I need about 10 more beer to be drunk. Trin, I do like some Crown Royal. Had moonshine once, not a fan. And xIce has lit his 4th orb, I believe, according to our tracker, so he is probably thinking about hitting TOFR right now at the 140 mark. Would
Yeah,
you go down right away, or would you decide to check something else?
I think with the equipment that he's got right now, I would definitely go down. The only thing I might consider is picking up some extra armor or spells, depending on the loadout. But I think he's got everything that he could possibly want as far as gear goes. And Falconic is about a dungeon behind right now.
Yeah, because he's still got Sky to do. Now, it'll depend on whether he checks Sky, because he does have 2 ribbons, the Mesmon. At this point, I'd be tempted to just blow through Sky at the moment.
Double sandworm fight, good for experience. I guess Falconic feels like the more levels, the better.
I would think X-Ice is going to blow right into her right now, though.
Yeah, and Falconic is going to go mode Sky, so one white could put this on its head.
Yeah, for sure. Sukari, if beer was an RPG item, I would have like a million items at this point in time. And xIceblue enters this shrine at an hour 40, so we'll see how he goes.
So, throwing some nukes out on this gas dragon fight, and is he going to go for 24 then?
He must be thinking he wants some more levels, because right now, why would you take that fight?
Yeah, he's going to go for 24, so this is another opportunity for Falconic to catch up here.
Yeah, because he's taking the long way around, so he must be looking for a couple of fights. Then he's going to exit out and house and then go back in. I can see how you'd want to be safe, because like you said, one wipe in TOFR, and you got to be thinking your opponent is ahead of you then.
Well, the other consideration could be your opponent hasn't finished yet, and you think there must be something really bad in the basement of Temple of Fiends.
That is a good point as well. Trin, beer max out when my fridge is full. And even then I have cases on standby.
Alright, he's got the Gasty ambush here, so this is looking very likely to be 24 here.
Ooh, some weak nuke rolls though.
Yeah, so that's 24 on the night. He's going to exit out, house up, and then go back in.
Yeah, he is heading to the bottom at the point in time.
Alright, so any white definitely flips this on its head, but xIceblue is in the driver's seat right now.
At Salonich, don't worry bro, my stomach's had its fair share. Ooh, the gas dragons hit pretty hard. We get a question in chat at Mark.
Wow.
No, there's no way to trigger that. It's the encounter table.
So Ice is gonna skip the incentivized chests, and he's getting, yeah, these enemies are critting him like crazy.
What happened to his fighter up there? I missed it. I was looking at chat.
It took about 375 damage from crits from the slime and crits from the gas dragon.
Slime's ambushing you. He's getting pretty low here. Did he buy heal potions before you came in?
He did, and I know he's just trying to cheese out a life 2 refill right now, but this is looking pretty dicey.
Oh, and there's the wipe.
Yeah, didn't heal, pays for it. It's also an encounter that's very easy to burn down with double fire 3.
Chimera's been hold.
Yeah, another reset. So once again, this is Ice's third trip down.
And Falconic has engaged Tiamat to light his forward orb, so you can't imagine he'd have much problems here with what he has. And a poison smoke for the win. That helps Falconic, especially with X-Ice's wipes.
Yeah, just getting that off of the lead, pretty impressive run of luck there, and he's just got to take advantage of this. I didn't see how he's doing in the potion count. So
I didn't either, but I think he's still full. I don't really think he used too many.
So he's going back to Elfland to pick up what?
I would say some white magic for his fighter the way he's going.
He's trying to pick up wall, but can he get ruse?
He can't get wall on anybody.
He's not going to try picking up ruse on the knight, which with no sign of defense or anywhere.
Grey Medusas with fire 3, bringing the heat, and he got ambushed.
Yeah, this Temple of Fiends is a little gross. And,
I think that's a reset.
well, he's got life on the mages, so it won't take him very long to get the party back up.
Those Grey Medusas come out a lot on this floor.
Yeah, Falconic's just going in, so we'll see
Well,
if he has
folks,
a little bit better luck.
This is going to be close. One wipe and it's anybody's game. And those Grey Medusas aren't scared of casting that fire 3. Katsu, X-Ice has wiped twice on some enemies. So he did raise some levels in here. So this is his third trip in, and this is Falconic's first. Yeah, he killed the Black Mage probably 20 minutes in. Now we'll see what Lich has to offer. Which is taking Mesmun to the face and living, so he is pretty tough. Falconic checked the chest. Did he see anything good in there? I wasn't paying attention.
He gets a light axe, but that's a nice to have, but not essential. And right now, he's going to be heading down to past these zombie Ds. And his turn order luck seems to be a little bit better.
Ooh, an unrunnable 3 gray worms just before carry. That could cost him some time.
Runnable Earth Elementals for Falconic, so this is a dangerous floor.
These Grey Worms are giving X-Ice a little bit of problems, giving Falconic a big chance to catch up. I think we're going to see a close race here, folks. This is why you join in. And remember to give our runners a follow, as well as our commentary crew and our restreamer for all the hard work they're putting in. And don't worry about the drunk Canadian, he's all good.
And Falconic makes it almost all the way through the Earth floor without seeing that Medusa fight, so we'll see how this turns out.
We have X-Ice taking on Carrie, and he wipes him out with the Mazmun for over 1,000 of damage.
Yeah, so obviously low absorb on Carrie too, and but the real threats are coming up right now, and we'll see how this goes.
Kraken and Tiamat 2 are the gatekeepers, folks.
All right,
they can make the difference.
Falconic getting a harm 4 off of over 300 damage, so this Lich fight's going to be over soon.
Yeah, the Mazmun just split Lich's wig for $9.99. This ambush on the water floor is not... Oh, never mind. X-Ice is about to engage Kraken, so folks, we're going to see if Kraken's going to be the gatekeeper or not.
Yeah, elects to keep the fighter in front, and we'll see how he decides to set this up. Lit 2 is what you definitely want to see from Kraken.
Silent Itch, if you were here, I would share my alcohol, buddy. That's how us Canadians roll.
And,
yes, and split his wig is one of my sayings.
yeah, he's just going to drop nukes right now, and with, over 900 damage done, that's going to put it in the books. Now
Yeah,
we have
xIce is
Tiamat.
looking good right now.
Yeah, he is doing quite a bit of damage with that extra swing on the Mazmoon.
Yeah, level 24 was... I think that level raising may have given him this game, depending on Tiamat and Chaos.
Yeah, with only the Power Gauntlet available. And another, well, I guess the Fiends casting Lit 2 certainly doesn't hurt either.
No, I mean, they're... And he's hitting with the Mazmoon hard, so... Ooh, that's a good nuke shot, 252.
Yeah, so this next Mazmoon shot is probably going to do quite a lot.
Tiamat's hanging in there.
Gonna throw another nuke out. I don't blame him.
Ooh, some swirl.
Yeah, you never know when a strong attack like that is going to come out next, and it looks like Tiamat has rolled quite a lot health-wise.
Yeah, it looks like he's rolled the maximum HP he could, but a vicious nuke shot for 330 just cooks him clean.
So this is all really up to the nasty spell list of Chaos. The good news is those Lit 2s are pretty nice to see on Fiends. The bad news is those aren't nukes, and you haven't seen the nasty stuff yet. So
No, and we'll see if Falconic has the same luck on Kraken, or will we actually see a different script?
A little surprised that xIceblue didn't elect to bring back the Black Mage for a meat shield, at least during the Kraken fight.
Yeah, that's a good point. He does have plenty of charges of life too, because it's at level 2, so it might have been a good strat. It might even be a good strat to bring him back now, but he's not doing it. And he didn't move his fighter to the bottom, so he must feel quite good about where he's going. Chaos is on crack, kids.
Yep, but with the ribbons in tow, not particularly scary.
Chaos is hitting like a limp noodle there, so...
That's a shot to 282 in the back. That's with one stack of evasion.
We haven't seen anything vicious out of Chaos yet, but... Is he gonna try to Bane Chaos? And the Mazmoon hits huge on Chaos.
Yeah, so Chaos has obviously rolled pretty low, well, with respect to what he usually has, low absorb, so...
And it looks like Kraken's getting a hold of Falconic pretty good. Nuclear out of fucking Chaos. And it's over. Good game, xIce. Falconic has just cleared out Carry and is heading for Tiamat now. I guess we'll see if we can pull xIce in here for a little interview.
So in the meantime, Falconic getting, unfortunately, an air encounter here that he can't get away from.
He's making short work of it, though, with his nuke and his weapons.
We're joined here by xIceblue right now. GG.
GG.
Yes, GG, xIceblue. What did you think about that when you got the airship late?
As soon as I saw the crown, I was like, okay, that's not cool. And then I was like, that means it's a ship lock seed. So I was like, I saw the lit 2 on images, and I was like, nah, I'm out of here. I'm just going to grab the crown and leave. And that was not the play.
At the moment, Falconic has just engaged Tiamat 2.
I mean, in all fairness, though, the Frost Dragons with poison as well, that might actually have been the right move.
Yeah, I was able to pick up an extra few levels. I was like level 19 before I even got my floater, which is insane.
Yeah, I mean, you did a pop grind, but double frost dragons throwing poison in your face would be enough to kill you at what, like 12? So
Yeah.
it's just Ice Cave was just brutal.
I did a pop grind because of I needed money and I wanted houses before heading down to Ice Cave. That was the main reason for that, and I wanted to buy life too. I didn't have money at all.
Yeah, because we questioned your pop grind for going on so long, and Tiamat is just wiping out Falconic with that lit 3. But he gets through with that Masmoon swing.
Yeah, the move to go up to 24, was that just you saw you were at 22 and figured it wouldn't take you very long to make it safe?
I was aiming for that extra hit on the Masmoon.
Yeah, it's just when did you make the decision to go for that?
I was planning on hitting 24.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as the last few seeds I've played, yeah, I needed to grind, so I was like, you know what? I was like, why even dive to Temple of Fiends when I know that something's gonna punch me in the face? Why not just go to 24 since I have Masmoon?
Well, Falconic is gonna do the curly shuffle and run in circles around Chaos before starting the fight.
Yeah, he's just about to initiate Chaos right now.
How soon did he get his floater?
20 minutes before you, maybe?
Jesus.
Yeah, he went straight for the Ruby cash-in, but...
Yeah, you hit Ordeals and Waterfall. He went straight for Ruby.
I think that was the better route to take because of the rod, and I was able to knock out Earth Cave all in one go. I think that was the better play in my opinion.
Well, I think you routed this better than Falconic did. Even though Falconic did get the airship before you were still ahead, even though he got the airship.
Yeah, I think the post-floater routing was better. Falconic had to double-dip Cardia as well, and double-dip Waterfall, but you did all of those in, like, with the exception of Waterfall, because you went there by boat, you did all of that in one shot.
Chaos got some crack there, kids. You might want to buy some. Wow, 953 from the Masmoon from Falconic. Chaos has nuclear, folks. But I'm pretty sure one more swing from the Masmoon and this should be in the books. And GG to Falconic with a time of 1:56:38. 5 minutes behind.
Ugh. That seed. I expressed my opinion on that edge.
Hey, remember, it was your decision.
You know, I expect Zara to roll, Ruby locked floaters. Come on, man.
It's tradition. And whenever I roll a seed, Ice Cave is awful. It was awful for a lot of reasons. And we're joined by Falconic. GG to you.
GG Falconic. That was a great run. That was a desperate seed, buddy. What did you think when you picked up the floater? What made you go to the Ruby first before checking Ordeals, say?
Because I had the Ruby, and it was right there. And you're guaranteed to get an item, so just on the chance that it was floater, you'd want to turn that in and kind of get rolling, and happen to be that way. So thank you for the GGs.
Shout outs to Czar for having a third eye, for actually calling Sarda with the floater. That was definitely made as a call in the IRC channel before the race started.
Did he roll the seed?
No, it was Edge.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
GGs,
Edge rolled
I tried to
this
keep up.
How did you enjoy that ice cave, Falconic?
So obviously it was pretty rough. I made a split-second decision not to check the Ice Dragon chest because I figured I wouldn't be able to survive. And then I also did 5 out of the 6 chests, and I bet you can guess which one I skipped.
The ship?
Yeah, but after seeing, I don't think I would have made it out alive. So I can kick myself and beat myself up for not checking it. But had I checked any of those two, I would have wiped, I think. So.
Well, you did better than me. I left Ice Cave, so I rushed the crown chest after seeing images with Lit 2. I rushed the chest and found the crown, and I left and did a world tour, and then came back to Ice Cave only to find the TNT in the ship.
Yeah, I made a move that I thought you probably wouldn't, and it didn't pay out for me. And thinking myself, but you never know with these things. I actually dove Marsh, which you hate to do. I
thought about it. I was in the area, and I was like, nah, Marsh Cave sucks.
Well, X-Ice, we were thinking when you were going, it's like, maybe he should have dived Marsh while he's there, because if the floater's there, he could regret this.
Floater, I don't think Floater can be there.
No, I don't think
Floater's
so.
only going to be.
If
Floater's only going to be
NPCs
behind
get
major
the bridge,
NPCs. Yeah.
Yeah, the only way a floater's going to be in a chest like that is if an NPC gives you the bridge and that pushes out one of the incentives to a chest, and that didn't happen. So.
Yep.
Yeah, we were concerned that it was going to be key locked, and that was going to be rough for both of you. But it turned out to be just the specific chest that you skipped, and of course it is. That's how randomizers work.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't think I would have survived had I checked them, and that would have just frustrated me, and I would have been beating my head against the wall. So leaving, and then I picked up a couple levels in Volcano. So I like what I played. If I could change it, I think I just wouldn't have done Marsh. But what are you going to do? I figured you're going against xIceblue. He's going to get to Topher in 58 minutes to an hour, obviously. So I was just trying to moves he wouldn't.
No, I was in there in an hour 40.
Neither of you has had an airship till an hour 20, so.
Yeah, seeds like this, but they come. That's why you got to practice. You're not always going to get a jet seed.
No, GG to Bodius, and you ran a great race. It was good entertainment. So, you guys have nothing to hang your hat on here.
Nah, not at all. Would I come in with 5 minutes, 10 minutes with him? That's good enough for me. Dude's one of the best in the community.
Yeah, a little bit less than 5 minutes. Which is not bad, especially for what this seed handed us.
No, you guys played this seed very well for what it handed you. To finish under 2 hours in this seed. No, you both deserve props for sure.
Good. I'm glad we could entertain. Blue, good run. Kind of mad at you for putting me in the Tristal Fight Club, but hopefully I get Will Cleosis.
Well, hey, Will Cleosis beat him.
Right.
So there's always that shot.
Well, Falconic, you could get me too, so you could be lucky there.
Oh, well, now I definitely want you. Let's do it.
Don't forget Edge. He's
There's so many good players at 2-1. It's not even funny. There's a lot of good 0-2s right now still. So.
Every player in this tournament so far has demonstrated improvement at a very quick rate. I'd be scared to play anybody. I'm not lying. Any single person, I'd be scared to play.
It goes to show you what Randomizer can do. It doesn't matter if you're top tier at this game, you can still get wiped in Temple of Fiends 100 times and have somebody else pass you up. It's just how Randomizer works.
I debated doing a grind in Temple, but I figured I might as well just see what it had for me. So I didn't do a grind.
Well, I guess we're going to have to wrap this up, I guess. So, GG to boat runners, and thank you to everybody that watched. And don't forget to follow all the hardworking people that makes this happen. Your restreamers, your commentators, your tracker, and your runners. And I hope you guys were thoroughly entertained by this run, because I enjoyed it. And I'm half drunk, so.
Team Steak.
Team
Making
Tyro.
a change.
Team Tyro. Here, I'll put that image up for you guys if the restreamer still has it up.
We were actually
gonna watch that
thinking-
VOD.
We were actually thinking if Falconic lost by 6 seconds, doing that steak thing might have been the cause.
Yeah. All right. Well, GG. That was a fun race. I'm glad I was able to keep it entertaining for you guys.
Yeah, GG Falconic. Good luck on your next match.
You as well, man.
All right, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the randomizer action, please throw Speed Gaming and our featured runners a follow. Up next is Link to the Past randomizer race, so if you're a fan of that, stay tuned. On behalf of the Angry Canuck and the FFR community, I'm Edgeworth. Thanks again for watching.